first 15 rugby. You can't really beat it in terms of passion.
Now with a couple of left-hand fans, the captain. Absolutely brilliant! That lovely ball out in front. Look at that fan. What a history and what a tradition.
Land Rover First 15 Rugby, where we show you the stars of tomorrow. Today, there's a Chiefs Blues doubleheader here. The Clark 15 taking on Maungawhau. That's up next here at St. Paul's Collegiate in beautiful Hamilton, Aotearoa. Alongside me is Taylor Hodgson, Tomakino, and Taylor, some wonderful players here on display today.
Absolutely, there's some fantastic young athletes on display. And for the Blues side, they've had their seasons cut short. The North Harbour 1A cancelled, the Auckland 1A cancelled, so they'll be fizzing to get on the field and play some rugby. Yeah,
well, it's good that we're able to actually bring you the coverage of these teams. Of course, Hamilton and Rotorua boys, as well as New Plymouth, played the Super 8. And sideline for us this afternoon is Whanau Ken Laban. And Whanau, talofa.
Yes, thank you very much, Willie, and hello wherever you're watching here in New Zealand or around the world on rugbypass.com, especially for the boys coming out of Auckland with not a lot of First 15 rugby that they've been able to play with COVID-19. They are fizzing about the opportunity to play today. As you can see, it's warm, very sunny, and we're looking forward to a terrific game between two evenly matched sides in this game.
Yeah, beautiful weather here in Hamilton, but let's take a look at the Maungawhau 15, the Blues side. Maungawhau, also known as Mount Eden in Tamaki Makaurau, Snyman, Mahunga, Laimanu, Lotoinga, Kalman, Emilia Vaonga, Jackson and Tuipolotu round out the four-pack. Fuhinil, Robson at 9 and 10, a formidable midfield pairing of Kay and Pritchard at 12 and 13, Tuputia, Brody and Anderson round out the back three. Plenty of firepower out on the reserves bench with Salanoa, Cowley, Andrea, Harper, Aho, Hansen, Ioane, Hansford, Gray, Taylor and Levi.
And one of their star players comes from the Westlake Boys High School team. There he is, a Rickard Snowman, born in South Africa. He's big and strong, loves running with ball in hand, and he's going to be on display this afternoon.
It's fantastic to see. He's only year 12, runs into contact so strong, good low body position. He's very hard to stop close to the line. He's going to have a good game today. And
their opposition, the Craig Clark 15, is Kaivalata, Ralph and Takahashi up in the front row. Tekahu and McNutt, and then Lestro, McEwen and Horrell are the loose forwards. Strang and Smith, 9 and 10. Tiate and Tali Vailala are the two wingers. Dawiti and Ale are the midfield. Anderson is at fullback, and into the reserves there's Bidwell, Lawrence, Palmer, Seuli, Cooley, Painga, Morgan, Bloomfield, wears jersey 22, and Hilton rounds out the the squad of 23. They've got a player to watch here as well.
Absolutely, the number 7 for the Clark 15, Heath McEwen, only year 12 out of Hamilton Boys High. Fantastic ball runner, great in the tackle area, gets low, gets over the ball. You can see him there, only year 12, so again another exciting young player who'll be back next year.
And congratulations again to Hamilton Boys High School as the two sides now make their way out onto the field. Great opportunity for the young Aucklanders after their season was cut short. It's been a strange year, 2020. But they've got an opportunity here, and they will relish the chance to play alongside some players that they didn't get a chance to play against this year.
Absolutely, and look, they're all vying for a spot in that secondary school side to be played next week on Friday. So look, they'll be excited for this, as I said. Probably a bit dusty.
Maungawhau in the white will now accept the challenge from the Craig Clark 15. Change. Terrific from these young men, and something special about the Chiefs region and the haka.
They've only been together for 3 days in camp, and it's fantastic for the team culture. To be able to learn that in a short amount of time and the amount of passion in that game, they're fired for this one.
Today's officials, Ben Wallerton, Peter Morgan and Jack Zerden, the two sideline. Maungawhau, Mountain of the Foul Tree, it's known as. Mount Eden honours George Eden, the first Earl of Auckland. And as for Craig Clark, well, he needs no introduction. 2 Super Rugby titles out of Gisborne Boys High School. 71 matches for the Chiefs and 69 for Taranaki. And finally, that's some honour to be named, to have a team named after you, Craig Clark.
White captain, we ready? Time on. Good blue.
Dawson Smith out of St. Peter's School in Cambridge gets us underway. Lotuinga just lost that forward from the start.
Well, it's a beautiful day in Hamilton, and that was part of the problem. Looking straight into the sun, the blue side in the first half, but this gives the Chiefs a perfect attacking opportunity. Kickoff is so important, securing the possession early.
You want to call them the Chiefs, don't you? Craig Clark 15 at 9 is Ben Strang. He's also out of St. Paul's Collegiate, so he'll feel at home here. It's young halfback. A lot of these players in year 12, so they've got another year to go. They're hoping that they'll get them back next year, but what a terrific pathway this is for these young players. Dawson Smith, the first 5, and coming in off the left wing is Tuli Vailala standing right behind him. You see the setup there, all of the players out to the right-hand side. The old 8-9 Tyrell straight to Strang, running ball, and now they get a little wider out there. And he sets and they go the same way. Quickly pop back, nice tackle there coming in from Coleman, the man from King's College. To the 22 line, Strang goes in again. He's caught on this occasion, the little halfback. Someone coming straight off their feet, so a couple of errors from both teams in the opening couple of minutes.
Well, interesting defensive tactic from Maungawhau. You'll see that they zero-rucked, which means they didn't put any players into the defensive ruck, so that error just came from the Clark 15 going straight off their feet. And an early error, and Blues 15 able to get out of their own half. You can see here, just diving straight off their feet, not supporting the body weight, elbows on the ground. That's a perfect shot from our camera crew.
Yeah, thank you.
Manasseh Mohanga out of Aorere College. 2 big targets as well. But they find Jackson, who plays number 8 for Auckland Grammar, jumping in the front of the line. Out was the loose forward, and they set the target in the midfield. They go the same way. Coleman, King's College player. They set a target, and then they look to come back the same way where the line out started. Nice run there from the left winger. Tuputaiva has been turned over. Strang is there, gets his hands on the ball, and now the Clark 15 will look to clear. Left foot's not going to find touch. Anderson, Tama Anderson out of Mount Albert Grammar School. Throws a nice pass out to Brady, Liam Brady from St. Kitts. Fuhineu with a short pass out to the left. Mohuanga, the hooker, that's a nice run. Now putting his hand up is Lea Ayamaru, the Auckland Grammar player. Maungawhau now on the attack through Pritchard. It's gone across the field and it's gone forward. Referee didn't spot it. And so Maungawhau carry on.
Holding. Clear left. First man. Mark's here on the
Great
10.
work over the ball from Maximus Lestro to secure the turnover for the Clark 15, but a little bit disjointed towards the end there was the Maungawhau team, and something you would expect for players that haven't played in a long time, and especially with teammates from other schools. You see here Maximus Lestro getting over the ball, strong body position, supporting his body weight, and the Maungawhau 15 unable to clear him.
That's going to be the hardest thing, is the combinations, as another run from Liai and Manu. And the Auckland Grammar, they've gone straight to the deck again, the supporting players.
We've got 1 each now. Off feet.
They'll get used to the pace, and they'll also get used to the interpretation of the referee here this afternoon.
Well, you heard the referee, he said you've got 1 each, and that's all you can ask for from a referee is consistency, and he was bang on the money. They flew straight off their feet. You'll see it here, just trying to secure the ball.
Just outside, boy.
The Clark 15 unable to win their own line out. Great take from the prop there, and you can see flying off his feet, landing on his forearms was the Maungawhau attacker.
Sean Ralph out of the Super 8 champion Hamilton Boys High School side. It's a quick ball off the top, and here comes the captain saying, follow me. Solomon Tyrell sets a nice target in the midfield. They've got options left and right. They come out to the left. Now the intercept from Maungawhau. Looking around is Pritchard. Pritchard to the 22, throws the pass, it's gone forward. And now Clark 15 have a chance. Boy, they got some numbers back there to the Clark 15. But Maungawhau will get the penalty. The intercept, I think it was Takahashi who gave the pass. One of the front rowers, I think, that got snapped up by Pritchard out of St. Peter's. And then, well, the pass went forward.
Oh, great intercept there. I think it was Kobe K. The boys have swapped jerseys today. So he got that fantastic intercept. And great support play. The numbers got there from Maungawhau. You can see here the ball just gives it out on the intercept. Oh, here's the strong run initially from Maximus Lestro for the Clark 15. And then here comes the intercept. Read it like a book. And then you can see everyone turn around, sprinting. You can see here the penalty for Maungawhau.
It's a reminder of how quickly teams can turn defence into attack.
First points of the afternoon after 7 minutes. And it is the Auckland Blues, or the Maungawhau as they're known, Mount Eden. Through the boot of Brooke Robson, talented player out of Westlake Boys High School. In fact, there was Tama Anderson out of Mount Albert Grammar School. Apologies.
Fantastic school, that one. One of the greatest in the Auckland 1A.
Calm down.
Well, it was the Clark 15 that were pressing hard on that left edge. One loose pass.
Lotuinga makes the adjustment on that occasion. Student out of Auckland Grammar. It's quickly in the hands of Fuineu. And now his locking partner in Coleman, Robbie Coleman out of King's College. We saw him do that a lot this year in 2020. And now the clearance from Robson. High kick down to Anderson. Austin Anderson from Hamilton Boys High School returns. That's a nice kick. He's found some real estate. Plenty of space there. And Tama Anderson. So the two Andersons are the two fullbacks for both sides. Tama for Maungawhau, Austin for Clark 15.
Yeah, let's go now, boys. Let's make sure we're behind. Yeah.
Strang collects and gives to his first five in Dawson Smith. Doesn't mind the contact, Dawson Smith.
Holding.
Takahashi out of Rotorua Boys High School. Seen him in action this year on Land Rover First 15 Rugby. A good player. Just one up. Tackles here. Another penalty.
Clear release. Yeah. And body weight. Clear release and body weight.
Take your pick.
Yeah, a couple of penalties there against the Maungawhau side. And not opting to go for the kick are the Clark 15. They're going for the corner. So, intention to attack for that line.
Captain, you got option of scrum or 22? Scrum, sweetest. Scrum, cool. Scrum where you kicked it, yeah. What's that? Okay. Thank you. Let's keep that good space, boys. Let's go, Locks. Crouch. Bind. You two need space.
So we've just been informed that Oscar Caliandrea is the man wearing jersey number 1, not Rickard's Neyman, as we've been told. So apologies for that in the Maungawhau team. It's good, solid scrum. Quickly released them now. Robson runs lateral, gives a pass to
high tackle, just high.
Sit right.
Yeah, Dawson Smith there, just creeping up on the tackle, slipping up from the shoulder, going towards the neck. Penalty only though, but Maungawhau will clear and look for the line out. Brooke Robson there out of Westlake Boys High. One of the stronger teams in the North Harbour, Fuji Xerox 1A. Another great attacking opportunity for the Maungawhau side.
Offside advantage.
Maungawhau on the attack again. Emil Vaunga out of Custom Boys High School sets a nice platform in the midfield, and then Anderson, some running ball, he gives it to Brady. Brady with a lovely pass out the back to Jackson. More passes on the inside, and here come Maungawhau. Manaesi Mohuanga out of Aorere College scores the first 5-pointer of the afternoon.
Fantastic support play and hands from the forwards in the team. Whatever the backs can do, they can do as well. The original offload coming from Liam Brady, getting it to Gage Jackson. You can see here, Sam Howling did well to go to the blind side, identify that there was no defenders there. Well, there was a mismatch in numbers, and just that offload there from Jackson to Mohuanga, and he'll score the first try of the game. See the hands there just collecting that ball. Great support play and great communication from their teammates.
So the try scorer, Salanoa. Boy, I tell you what, they had fun in there, swapping jerseys around. Man out of Custom Boys High School, not Mahunga out of Aorere College, so my apologies to the Salanoa family out West Auckland. It's 10-0. Lotuinga, well, he hasn't missed a kick-off since that first occasion. Total concentration, good job from the young man. Ball is still there. There's a try scorer, Salanoa. There's another one out of Custom Boys High as Coleman enjoys the contact, runs into Sean Ralph, placed on the ground. Lea Aemanu takes some stopping, the big tight head prop. And now Maungawhau through the kick of Robson. Nice kick from Robson, just keeps it in, does Anderson. And Austin Anderson off the left boot, down to Tama Anderson, no relation. Anderson on Anderson. Tama wins the first challenge. They go a little wider on this occasion. Into the midfield, here comes Leai Manu. Gets a nice shoulder from Sean Ralph. Emil Vaonga does really well after being rejected the first time, goes again. Now that's Pritchard out to Kay, the ball over the top is messy, but picked up by Tupu Tuia.
They play a very nice brand of rugby, the Maungawhau 15. With the ball, they look very good. Early on through those phases, they use their big men to cart the ball over the advantage line. Trying hard to drag defenders away from the area that they want to penetrate. Good rugby from Maungawhau.
Crouch. Bind. No, that's free.
Early push was the call from the referee, and you could hear the Clark 15 get up and
Scrum
complain.
again. Scrum call.
So they've opted for another scrum. Hopefully try and get a penalty out of this one if the Maungawhau side continue to push early.
It's always tough after just being together for a short period of time of just trying to get some basic calls.
Oh, Patrick Tuipulotu's brother in the number 8 jersey for the Maungawhau side, Akiri Ioane, one of his good friends there. Fantastic names here, and the All Blacks camp was in Hamilton.
Didn't realise Halloween came in so early. Quickly released from Strang. They use the decoy, and now they cause the overlap. Anderson has got his left winger to his side, but he opts to kick. How's the bounce of the ball? Not good. Unlucky. He's exciting, is Austin Anderson. Every time he gets the ball, something happens.
He took the option to kick there, but he did have his winger outside him. Aki Tulivalilaila. But that's the thing about schoolboy rugby. They play an enterprising brand, as Ken Laban said. He just decided to kick it through, and unfortunately out on the full.
Over.
Tuipulotu, no mistake in that jersey. And another change of jersey as well on that occasion. That's Pritchard in jersey 12. K and 13, Kobe K from Sacred Heart. There is Lea Aimanu. Takes the ball and gets the defender at the same time. Robson. Short pass. Out to Cowley Andrea in jersey 1, and now they look to go a little wider. Anderson, Tama Anderson out of Mount Albert Grammar. Straight off their feet again, so that's the third time they've been guilty of going straight down.
Can't help but think that that's been the call from the referees, just to look for that one thing. Going off their feet. Multiple penalties for the same thing now, and that's about being able to adapt. These young kids, they want to play some good rugby. They just need to get the basics right, especially around the ruck, where you can give away so many penalties. You can just see here, takes it into contact. Strong carry from Anderson, met by some good defence. And you can just see there, they went straight off their feet. No intent to support their own body weight.
We've just been informed that there's a couple of players we've been naming, Taylor, that aren't even out in the field, which is always entertaining. Got the advantage here, though, the Clark 15. That's a smart play. Just keeping it nice and tight. This is something they would have spoken about as well, is to move the ball to the back of the line-out win and then take it forward. Ball is there for Strang to release to Smith. Being lost forward, but you can see there the entry.
5 white, entry.
And so Robbie Coleman, the man that I thought was wearing jersey 5, he's not even on the field. Ale Fosio Aho is on from St. Kennigan's.
5's the mark, boys.
Here he is. Big man wearing number 5. Robbie Coleman got big raps on things he wasn't even doing. Again, they go to the middle of the line out. Tyler McNutt wins at Hamilton Boys. It's been sacked, but the referee says illegally. And so they'll pick and go again. Looking for their first points of the afternoon. The Clark 15, 2 metres short now. Referee says no advantage. Here's another penalty.
More formed than collapsed.
It's a total of 9 penalties in 18 minutes for these two sides, so discipline definitely a factor.
Line sweep. Captain, there's 2 straight maul infringements, eh? 5's the mark again. Let's go, Blue. Let's go.
Sean Ralph to feed the line out. They've got to come away with some points here taken by their captain. Tyler, now they pick and go. Takahashi's in. The tight head prop out of Rotorua Boys High School. The young Japanese student, Haruto Takahashi, gets there first.
Well, he's been a standout for Rotorua Boys, especially in their Moaska Cup win over Napier was Takahashi. But what got them over the line here was the speed to set for the maul. You can just see there. And then Maungawhau were trying to scramble to get behind, and then Takahashi, he just saw the space and went for it. Fantastic try for the prop.
Very skillful player, the front rower. We've seen him quite often and throughout first 15 rugby. Tipped the ball on a few times before the line, and on that occasion going hard and straight to get a good reward for his team.
Dawson Smith, another one of the production line of first 5s in this region. Terrific skill set. The architect of the back line now looks to try and reduce that deficit. 10-7. 13 to play in the first half.
Just make sure your 14's working hard in defence.
Look at that haircut. Fantastic from Takahashi. Picked that up in Rotorua. Didn't come over here from Japan with that.
I bet you it goes before he sees his mum.
Robson with the restart straight down to his opposite, and Smith. Look at that right foot. Beautiful contact, but he hasn't found touch. Anderson comes running across the field, then he looks to straighten up. Tama Anderson ran into the front row. Is not a good idea, that. Yeah. Went down the wrong alley. Beautiful tackle and turnover again.
Solomona Tyrell was a hitman there. The captain of the side out of Hamilton Boys. Just absolutely crushed Tama Anderson, and that got over the ball and unable to find touch.
That's the second time they've done that, and I'm sure it's something that the coaching crew of Paul Hodder, Greg Smith and Glenn Jackson will be talking about. And isn't it great to see Glenn Jackson now giving back, still the referee, but involved with this setup. And then you look at the Maungawhau coaches and Brent Simmons, Dan Bowden and Richie Harris. There is some great talent, former players and referees.
Well, it's good they're imparting their knowledge on these young kids.
That last one was good, but we've got to keep
Nothing
working
really
hard, eh?
beats experience. They've been there, they've done that. They're able to tell these players how to handle these kind of situations. It's fantastic to see.
Glenn Jackson might be telling Dawson Smith to just get it out.
Sit.
Another foul. Through Robson now. The dummy cut from Pritchard goes straight to Kobe K. K out of the Sacred Heart School in Auckland. Tamaki Makoto, the wide pass on this occasion from Robson. Out to Tukutuia. He gets over the halfway. Short dummy, and then they go a little bit wider now to K again. Anderson gets the ball out the back. Nice right fend, but the referee, the assistant ref, says the ball is still in play. Revi, they're waiting for New Plymouth Boys High School with a nice intercept. But it's back on the side of Maungawhau now, so they've turned it over. Lea Ayamanu, big and strong. He's a tough man, hard player to put down. Now the kick from Pritchard, right to where Austin Anderson is standing. Didn't call for the mark. Pritchard affects the tackle. Ben Strang just slows things down and now looks for a forward to pass to. Another penalty. Not rolling away quick enough. They're under the pump there a little bit, the Clark 15. Good communication, though, and just a lot of maturity shown for such young men.
Well, the speed of this game is incredible. Obviously, there's perfect weather conditions for it, so the ball is flowing freely. But again, even the physicality in this match is immense. There'll be some tired bodies out there. 10 minutes to go till the half. And, well, the Clark 15, they've got another attacking opportunity. This time they do find touch.
Maungawhau guilty of giving away the last 5 penalties in a row, but they get up and compete in the air. Ball comes back. Eventually it's released. Nice carry that gives the halfback a chance for Inui to get in there. Robson will go to the air. Chasing through is Brady. Anderson and Brady. Anderson comes down with the ball. Now they've got to release him. Referee's call tackle. They'll get the penalty. You can hear him say tackle. You've got to let the player go.
Fantastic take in the air from Austin Anderson. And I saw earlier in the week, that was an area that the Chiefs team really focused on. So the Clark 15 at the Chiefs under-18s camp was throwing the ball up in the air, making things contestable. It's well done to him. And then the Maungawhau side just guilty.
We got far too many.
Of not letting go. You can see up in the air, leading with his leg. That's exactly what you're taught to do. Textbook stuff from Anderson. And the referees just had a chat to the Maungawhau captain saying that's too many penalties now.
They get up and compete, and it's Jackson in the front of the line out that they lift, and all of a sudden they go on the attack through Emil Vaunga. Caleb Emil Vaunga out of Kelston Boys High to the left. They go again. Robson, grubber along the ground, beautifully controlled by Anderson. Now uses that left foot. He hasn't found touch. Taken by Tama Anderson to Brady, Liam Brady. To Jackson. Plays number 8 at Auckland Grammar, playing 7 in this game. It's recycled. And here is Aho. Big lock out of St. Kitts. It's been stolen, though, by Takahashi. He's done really well, the tight head prop, to get in there and steal the ball for the Clark 15. They've got the penalty advantage as well. Kaivalata out of Wesley Boys High School. Drops the shoulder, makes a metre or two. And now Dawson. Smith. Nice kick from Smith.
14 white, offside. Yeah.
He says that Liam Brady was offside. What about the turnover and the work from Takahashi at the breakdown?
Oh, he's a fantastic prop, is Takahashi. We talked about him in his time for Rotorua. He's featured a lot on Land Rover First 15 rugby over the past 2 years. You can see here, he just gets over the ball. Look at that body position, knees up. They were unable to clear him and just turns the ball over for his side.
Very strong performance from Takahashi.
6.5.
Rotorua played New Plymouth Boys High. That game we were proud of. Willie, he's grown immensely in the last couple of years. Ball player, scrummager, tough at the breakdown.
Does everything well, and the referee says that didn't go straight, just drifting a little bit down the Clark 15 side. Spot on, Ken. He is a quality player that really has gained a lot of confidence being in that environment, as you mentioned, the Rotorua boys, and he played a big hand in that victory against New Plymouth as well. They would say in Japanese that he is subarashi, which means he's improving and getting better and better.
Crouch. Bind. Nah, you've pulled him in there. It goes both ways.
For some of us,
Can't
it's
pull
too
him in.
late.
On the back, please. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Running ball for Robson, and Brady just looked up and he's lost it forward. He could see where the defence was coming from, and it's that line speed yet again from the Clark 15 that's causing all sorts of problems for the young team in white.
You got 5.
You hit the nail on the head there. It's line speed when you can see the defenders rushing towards you. See that pace there.
We're both.
Just looking ahead, not focusing on the ball. Simple mistake to make, but again, it just gives the Clark 15 their opportunity to attack.
Just under 5.
It's also like a brand new season, especially for the boys coming from Auckland and North Harbour. Virtually no regular season competition, in camp for 3 days, having contact, going through plays, and even passing and catching the ball. It's relatively new under pressure, given they've had so little footy.
Ben Strang at home here at St. Paul's Collegiate, but he runs one way, they go the other. It's out to Smith. Kick along the ground's a good one. Bounces up nicely for Brady. Boy, he's done well, this Liam Brady. Down, up, down again. Super play, the right winger. Rumble forward to the Maungawhau 15. Fui News had a really good game as well. St. Peter's halfback who goes in again looking, clears it for his first 5. Robson in the boot. Now called by Smith. Dawson Smith takes it cleanly, gives it across to Anderson. The bounce pass. They go a little wider. Good tackle, good defence. Anderson's looped around, and now they've got some players out to the right-hand side. To the 10-metre line they go. Strang is there. Decoy runners. Takahashi on the short ball. He unloads. Solomon Tyrell. What a beauty!
Talk about creating something out of nothing. This Clark 15, just absolutely electric play from them. And none other than Takahashi it was, breaking through that hole. You can see here, just using some decoy runners and running onto it nice and flat. And just a simple draw and pass to Solomon Tyrell. What can't Takahashi do?
Yeah, we talked earlier about how skillful he is. And it's another example. We've seen a lot of that from Takahashi in the last couple of years. Going to the defence and letting the ball go before contact. In stark contrast to the try he scored himself. So just looking at the influence he's had with steals in the game, plus he scored the first try himself and gave the final pass for the second try, Takahashi. He's having a big 32 minutes.
Well, the skill set from the Clark 15 forwards has just been incredible.
What I loved about that try was the angle that the prop ran. Instead of trying to run over the players, he ran in between 2 of them. He's not small, so he had to pick the right gap. And then the skill set, as described by Ken and Taylor, we just did the rest, and so they take the lead for the first time in the match. Conversion is successful. 14-10, 2 to play. Well, this loose forward trio of McEwen, Lestro and Tyrell, all out of Hamilton Boys High School, all with another year to go. Just year 12 players That is some school.
Oh, we're absolutely blessed with talent, not only in this region, but across the country. It's very exciting stuff to see.
So it was all Maungawhau or Mount Eden, the Auckland team in the first 25 minutes, and now it's turned around and it's the Clark 15 who have rolled up the sleeves, and the combination's a lot better. They look to try and get an exit play here from inside their own half. Back to Smith, uses that lovely right foot down to Tama Anderson, the Mount Albert Grammar student. Beautiful pass to Robson. Robson ducks under the first. He's done well to break the line. Fuinir gives it out to Aho. They go a little wider. Out to the try scorer, Salanoa. Tuipulotu does what he does well. Take the ball to the contact, no real momentum. So Robson goes to the air, chasing is Brady, but taken beautifully by Tulivalala.
First man, clear lift, holding.
I think you find that might be Cage Jackson getting up there. Another youngster out of
You can
Auckland
have
Grammar.
half time if you want it. Fair enough.
There you go. They want to keep playing.
Well, that's
Not down
fantastic
here,
to see, and that's what I love about schoolboy rugby. So they just want to keep playing. You know, they could have had halftime. The conditions here are immense. Ken, you can tell us how hot it is down there. I know how hot it is up here. And they just want to keep playing, and that's what we love to see.
Time is up.
Lovely piece of humour from Ben Wallerton as well, the referee. So at the end of this will be the end of the first half. So last passage of play. Maungawhau go to the front of the line out again. It's a lovely take. Puiniru gives a pass out to Robson. And to the midfield they go. Nice target. Now they've got options left and right. They continue to go the same way. Lea Ayamanu again with another big ball carry. Eventually finds the ground. Tuipulotu. Nice pass to Kay. Released again. You can see how quickly they're flying up the Clark 15 defence. Quick hands there from Oscar Cowley. Andrea, now it's back with Anderson. Tama Anderson needs to straighten things up. We're into referee's time. We're on the halfway line. They've gone back. Have Maungawhau. Salanoa scored the first try for them. They run the short side, and it's Kay. Kay with the dummy. Has Jackson on the outside. Jackson just couldn't hold on to it. And now the Clark 15, they'll just take it into touch and head to the break. First half, 2 tries to 1. And as we head to Oranges, it is the Clark 15 leading Maungawhau by 14 points to 10.